Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. I hope you're ready to get started and have a really great day today. Yesterday, we talked about letter Z and we talked about zebras, and you got to make two pictures, one a white one with black stripes and then a black zebra with white stripes. And today we're going to talk about some other fun things. I want to say good morning to everyone. Good morning, Cameron. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Chase. Good morning, Haley. Good morning, Liam. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Tarek. Good morning, Ty. Good morning, Vivian. Good morning, Quinlan. And good morning, Olin. I hope you guys are ready. We're going to start off today with a song called Can't Sit Still. I think that's probably a good one for us today. So would you stand up and get ready? Make sure you have plenty of space to move around because we can't sit still. You ready, friends? Here we go. We're going to move our bodies all the way it tells us.
Well, if you can't sit still, here's a game we play. Listen to the words and do what we say.
What are we going to do first? Let's see.
I got my fingers.
Move your fingers. Wiggle them.
My fingers are waving to the rhythm.
Move those fingers.
Well, I got my fingers waving to the rhythm, and I can't sit still.
Ready?
I got my
Shoulders. Move your shoulders.
rhythm. Got my shoulders.
Can you do one at a time like this? We're up and down.
I got my
Fast.
shoulders waving to the rhythm, and I can't sit still. I got my nose
Your nose. Wiggle your nose.
got my nose
Very good.
got my nose wiggling to the rhythm, and I can't sit still. I got my knees
Do your knees.
to the rhythm, got my knees wiggling to the rhythm. Oh, I got my knees wiggling to the rhythm, and I can't sit still.
Ready?
I got my chin wiggling
Chin.
to the rhythm, got my chin wiggling to the rhythm. I got my chin
That
wiggling
chin.
to the rhythm, and I can't sit still.
Ready?
Now touch your head. Here. Touch your shoulders. That's it.
Touch your knees.
Now your toes. Touch your shoulders. Now your toes.
Lay down there. Touch your toes.
Touch your knees. Now your head. Listen now. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Touch your shoulders, knees, your toes, and touch your head.
Ready?
Shake your body all about now, everybody freeze. I've got my head,
Move your head.
shaking to the rhythm. Got my head shaking to the rhythm. Oh, I got
Shake your
my
head, friends. Be
shaking
careful,
to the
though.
rhythm, and I can't sit still. I got my toes.
Your toes. You can see my toes today.
Wiggling to the
Wiggle those toes.
I got
Wiggle
my
them.
toes wiggling to the rhythm, and I can't sit still. I got my elbows.
Elbows. Wiggle those elbows.
Wiggling to the rhythm, got my elbows wiggling to the rhythm, and I can't sit still. I got my hands
Oops, sorry.
to the rhythm,
Hands.
got my hands clapping to the rhythm. I got my hands clapping to the rhythm, and I can't sit still. No, I can't sit still.
Good job, everybody. Let's do our welcome song. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. First, we'll clap our hands just so. Then we'll bend and tickle our toes. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. Reach for the sky. Touch your toes. Wiggle your hips. Wiggle your nose. Shake your head and hop all around. Now it's time to sit down. All right, everyone. Get seated and get ready. We've got to take care of our calendar. Froggy didn't have his pajamas on today. Did you notice? He needs some clothes, though, doesn't he? We'll take care of him in a minute. All right, friends. The month of May, we've got our spring flowers blooming. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4 today. Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. All right. Well, Frog didn't put his pajamas on, or maybe he already took them off this morning. Let's think about the weather today. It is going to be sunny and warm today. So I'm going to put up my sunshine. And here's my word sunny. And here's my word warm. Now I'm going to put Froggy in his jeans this morning. You might wear shorts today. I think it would be warm enough to have shorts on. And he's going to need his short sleeve shirt. Of course he needs some tennis shoes so he can go outside and play. And then sunglasses and his hat. I think he's ready for school. Well, good morning, everyone. We started a new letter yesterday, and it's our very last letter of the alphabet, letter Z. Make the sound with me. Z. Remember our pictures. We had zebra. We had the number 0, that means none, and we talked about zippers. Can you see mine? We're gonna zip my coat. You have backpacks, I'll bet, that you zip up, or a diaper bag, or maybe mom has a zipper on her purse. Now here's a word we didn't talk about yesterday. It's a crazy kind of a line. It was in our story about Zach the lazy zebra. It's called zigzag. And a zigzag is slanted lines, and they go back and forth. Kind of like what happens on a zipper. It looks like it goes back and forth. So here is my zigzag. So a slanted line. Whoops, wait a minute. Let me do a better job than that. Let's try that again. So we're going to do a slanted line. Then it goes back over and down and over. That's a zigzag line. They're all straight lines, but they go at an angle. They go, so they're slanted. Let me do a really long zigzag line. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm gonna make it little though. This makes me think of monster teeth, or maybe a mountain. I don't know, what do you think? I like monster teeth. So our zigzag line, zigzag. You can run in a zigzag, right? Go one way and then the other, zigzag. And I want to show you, this is what you get to make today. We're going to take zigzag lines and trace them. You could use your markers, you could use your crayons, you could even use paint if mom says it's okay. Zigzags. We also sent home chalk, some sidewalk chalk. You can go outside and make zigzag lines on your driveway or your sidewalk if mom and dad say it's okay. All right, friends, you have to ask them first. Sidewalk chalk, remember, is for outside, okay, or if you have a chalkboard. So we want you to make zigzag lines. Can you make great big ones? Then you could walk on them and walk in a zigzag. You can make little tiny ones. You have sidewalk chalk that we gave you, so we want you to use that and see if you can make zigzag lines outside. Now we talked again about zippers, right? Zipper on my jacket. Zipper, I have a zipper on my purse. I have a zipper for my pants. You have those same things, but can you zip a zipper? They're hard to do, right? You have to get the catch at the bottom and then pull it up, and you have to pull it carefully. So I hope you will practice. See if somebody can help you practice with zippers. Maybe put on a jacket and let mom get it locked for you, and then see if you can zip it up. Maybe you can lock it yourself and pull the zipper. Or maybe zip your backpack. You could open and shut your backpack with the zipper. Now I have a silly story for you today called Mrs. Toggle's Zipper. Now I know this is a story in the winter time, but it was very funny, and I think you will like it. And it's about a zipper. Let's see what happens with Mrs. Toggle's zipper. There's Mrs. Toggle, and I think she's a teacher, and these are her students.
When Mrs. Toggle's children arrived at school in the morning, they changed in the hall from their boots to their shoes. When the bell rang, they picked up their boots and book bags and marched to their room. They put their boots and bags into their cubbies and hung up their coats. Then they sat down at their desks. "Good morning, Mrs. Toggle," the children said in their best good morning voices. "Good morning, class," said Mrs. Toggle in an unusually grumpy voice. Oh, no. Then the children noticed that Mrs. Toggle was still wearing her coat, the big puffy one that she got for Christmas. "Mrs. Toggle," said Joey, "you forgot to take your coat off." "I didn't forget," Mrs. Toggle said uncomfortably. "I can't take it off because the zipper is stuck. I'm afraid it's going to be a long, hot day." She's going to get too hot in her coat, isn't she? "How'd the zipper get stuck?" Nina asked. Mrs. Toggle fanned her face. "How does any zipper get stuck? First a tiny bit of cloth gets caught in it, then you pull and keep pulling a little too hard, and before you know it, you're trapped within your coat." So friends, she is stuck in her coat and she's hot sitting inside. The children gathered around Mrs. Toggle's desk to see for themselves. "Yep," said Joey, "that zipper sure is stuck." The others nodded. "What's worse," said Mrs. Toggle, "the thingamajig is gone." "The what?" said the children. "The thingamajig that you pull the zipper up and down with. Mine is lost." "Oh," said the children. They all thought happily about their own coats hanging on hooks with their zippers open and the thingamajigs still on them. "Maybe we can help," said Caroline. "It's worth a try," said Mrs. Toggle. Mrs. Toggle braced her feet on the floor. She leaned forward in her chair and held out her arms. Some children grabbed one sleeve, some the other. Paul and Nina grabbed fistfuls of her collar. "Now," yelled Mrs. Toggle, and everybody pulled. And everybody landed with thuds and bumps in a heap on the floor. Mrs. Toggle's collar was as far up as her nose, but no further than that. They were trying to pull her coat off, but it didn't work. Paul wanted to get busy learning the times tables. "Mrs. Toggle," he said, "let's go to the nurse's office. Maybe the nurse can help you." Do you think the nurse can help her? Let's see. So Mrs. Toggle and the children trudged down to the office. When Mrs. Schott saw Mrs. Toggle's hot, red face, she reached for the thermometer and put it in Mrs. Toggle's mouth. Mrs. Toggle shook her head. "Don't talk with a thermometer in your mouth," said the nurse. "I'll telephone your mother." Mumbled Mrs. Toggle. "Mouth closed," said the nurse. "Did she need a thermometer?" "No, she's just hot because her zipper is still on." Nina spoke up. "She's not sick, and she doesn't live with her mother. She's a grown-up. Mrs. Toggle is hot because she can't get her coat off. The zipper's stuck, and the thingamajig is lost." "Then we must pull it off," said Mrs. Schott. "Oh, we tried," Paul said. "This time we'll add a bandage," the nurse answered. "Bandages make boo-boos better. But first, Mrs. Toggle, you must take the thermometer out of your mouth." I think the nurse is a little mixed up. What do you think, friends? Mrs. Schott put a bandage on the zipper where the thingamajig was supposed to be. Then she pulled, and the children pulled, and they all ended up with thuds, bumps, and bangs on the floor of the nurse's office. Mrs. Toggle's collar was as far as her nose, but no further. The nurse shook her head. "I will call the principal. He will know what to do with you." The principal left important matters on his desk to hurry to the nurse's office. Mr. Stickler frowned when he saw Mrs. Toggle. "Mrs. Toggle, it's against the school rules to wear your coat all day." "I am sorry, but I can't take my coat off. The zipper is stuck." "Tell him about the thingamajig," said Nina. "The what?" "You know, the thing that makes the zipper go up and down." "My students are right," said Mrs. Toggle. "The thingamajig is missing from my zipper." The principal frowned again. "Mrs. Toggle," he said, "in my job I have learned that if you want to get out of a tight spot, you must follow the rules. Pay attention, children. Make 2 straight lines. One line pull on the right arm, the other pull on the left. Mrs. Schott, you be responsible for the collar. I shall pull on Mrs. Toggle's feet." There they go. We've tried that, said Joey. Pulley doesn't work. Did you make straight lines? That's the rule. Stay in straight lines. Ready, get set, pull. Do you think that's going to get her coat off? The children and Mrs. Schott pulled in one direction. Mr. Stickler pulled in the other. Mrs. Toggle tried to make herself small and wriggly, but they all ended up on the floor once more. Mrs. Toggle's collar went as far as her nose, but no further. Mr. Stickler said, enough of this. We don't want holes in the school floor because of her zipper. I'm calling the custodian. I'm afraid he'll have to cut off her coat. No, said the children and Mrs. Toggle. Don't cut off her coat. The custodian arrived wearing his big work-up apron. Tools were bulged in every pocket. He looked and said, is the building too cold for you? Maybe the thermostat is off. I'll go check. Wait, said the principal. See, said Caroline, she can't get her coat off because the zipper's stuck. Yes, and there's a problem with the thingamajig. Mr. Abel listened carefully. He said, I can see the pull tab is gone. The what? The children said. I said, the pull tab's gone. Don't worry. I've seen worse. The pull tab is what they're calling the thingamajig, everyone. Mr. Abel took a pair of needle-nose pliers out of the huge pocket. He used the pliers to loosen the grip of the zipper's metal teeth on Mrs. Toggle's coat. Gently with his large fingers, Mr. Abel eased the lining away from the teeth. Then he slid the zipper down, down, down. It opened completely. Mr. Abel helped Mrs. Toggle take off her coat. A happy smile spread over Mrs. Toggle's face. Everyone cheered. You should get a new pull tab for that zipper before you zip it up again, said the custodian. I surely will, Mr. Abel, said Mrs. Toggle. I am so grateful to you. The principal went back to important matters. Mrs. Schott rushed off to check a child's temperature. Mrs. Toggle and the children went back to their room so they could learn their times tables. Mr. Abel pulled a small pad from his apron pocket and wrote himself a reminder. Remember to look up thingamajig in the dictionary. Thank goodness for Mr. Abel who helped Mrs. Toggle get her coat unzipped. I want you to practice zippers today. See if you can get them to go up and down without them getting stuck. One more book I want to read to you. When I make the Z sound, zzz, it sounds like a bee. I want to read this story called Buzz, said the bee. Can you buzz with me? Buzz. All right, let's see if we can make buzz like a bee. Once there was a bee who sat on a duck. Quack, said the duck. There's a bee on me. And the duck said scat, but the bee just sat. So the duck quacked and sat on a hen. Cluck, said the hen, there's a duck on me. And the hen said scat, but the duck just sat. So the hen danced a jig and sat on a pig. Oink, said the pig, there's a hen on me. And the pig said scat, but the hen just sat. So the pig took a bow and sat on a cow. Moo, said the cow, there's a pig on me. And the cow said scat, but the pig just sat. The cow began to weep and sat on a sheep who was fast asleep. So the cow said moo. And the pig said oink. And the hen said cluck. And the duck said quack. Then the bee said buzz. And that's all there was. Were they afraid of that bee making his buzz noise? I think they were. Thank you for a wonderful day, friends. We're going to sing our goodbye song. Are you ready? Oh, it's time to wave goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to wave goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to wave goodbye, make a smile and wink an eye. Oh, it's time to wave goodbye to our friends. Have a wonderful day. Have fun with your zigzags. I hope you get to write some zigzags outside today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.